Hello and welcome back to today's discussion. As you could see here that today we are going to discuss the current affairs of science and tech from last 1.5 year. So I would try to complete it within 1 week, and if time permits us, I would take up the rest miscellaneous topics. So uh, I have the announcement to make, as I do in every video, that from the 1st of July we are going to take up the static portion, where we would discuss every topic with respect to the syllabus of UPSC on this channel itself, and then every day we will discuss the daily news analysis, and we would discuss the quiz session in which 10 to 15 questions would be discussed, and that would be related to the previous year questions, to the current affairs, and to the static portion which we would study. So without wasting any time, let's jump to the topic. It is India's space policy 2023. Here we could see that the India's space policy, it was approved by the government 2023. The space policy underlines the growing importance of private sector participation in space. It gives the importance of the private sector in the space, private sector in the space industry. Government of India has started reforms in space domain since 2020 itself, opening the doors for enhanced participation of non-government entities with an aim to provide them a level playing field. And we could also see that the government sought to provide regulatory certainty to space activities by various stakeholders. Indian Space Policy 2023 has thus been formulated as an overreaching, composite, and dynamic framework to implement this reform vision. So it is about reforming the space policy. Usually, what we understand from it is that India's space industry, it is, we see the uh, huge government control in that. We won't see that much private sector in that. So we are opening up our space industry for the private sector also, and with regard to that, these reforms are about to be brought in. So let us discuss about that, what it gives us, what are the information which we need to take from here. About the significance of this policy, it would be firstly our comprehensive space policy outlining direction of India's space program, and also it delineates specific rules for major stakeholders including ISRO, InSpace, NSIL, and those, and also collaborate globally in addressing global challenges, climate change, disaster management, and others. Steps set stage for India's expanded participation in global space arena, and it would facilitate helps in facilitating technology transfer for a vibrant space economy, and emphasis on fostering innovation through public-private partnership. Moving forward, we have vision of the vision of the space policy. Here we have augment space capabilities, develop a flourishing commercial presence in space, use space as a driver of technology development. Uh, then we could see pursue international relations, ecosystem for effective implementation of space applications, peaceful exploration of outer space, and stimulation of public awareness and specific costs. Here we could see the strategy outlined in the policy for the government encouraging advanced research and development. Its government's role would be to encouraging advanced research and development, stable and predictable regulatory framework to provide a level playing field to NGEs through in space, promoting and support to startups, and using space as a driver for overall technological development. For non-government entities, their role would be offer national and international space-based communication services, establish and operate ground facilities for space objects operations, for example, satellite control centers, remote sensing satellite system, use orbital resources to establish space objects for communication services over India and outside India, commercialize technologies for enhancing and augmenting the satellite navigation, communication, and remote sensing. Department of Space, nodal department for implementation of the Indian Space Policy 2023. Department of Space is the nodal department, and its role would be ensure availability of continuous and improved Earth observation capability and data to fulfill the national requirements, participate in international efforts by providing critical remote sensing satellite data for disaster management for sustainable development goals, and establish framework to ensure safe and sustainable space operations in compliance with the relevant international space debris mitigation guidelines. For ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, their role under policy is focused primarily on research and development of new space technologies and applications, expanding the human understanding of outer space, share technologies, products, processes, and best practices with NGEs, and enable open data access from remote sensing satellites of ISRO, demonstrate human specific capabilities, and develop a long-term roadmap for sustainable human presence in space. About ISRO, it is the Department of Space, in Genesis Indian National Committee for Space Research was uh, set up in 1962. ISRO was formed in 1969, superseding INCOSPR, brought under Department of Space in 1972. Its mandate is as National Space Agency development and applications of space technology for various national needs. Its headquarters is in Bengaluru. Its composition is headed by chairman who is secretary of Department of Space and chairman of Space Commission, the apex body that formulates the policies and oversees the implementations of Indian space program. In space, then we have Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center. Its role, it would act as the single window agency for authorization of space activities by government entities and NGOs, and work with industry to establish India as a preferred service provider at a global level, ensure a level playing field for the utilization of all facilities created using public expenditure. Decisions of in space shall be binding on the operators of such facilities, facilitate the transfer of technologies developed by ISRO, and prescribe guidelines regarding liability of potential damage due to the space activities. Then New Space India Limited, responsible for commercializing space technologies and platforms created through public expenditure. The operational part of ISRO's mission will be moved to the NSIL and service the space-based needs of users. About private sector participation in space sector, its current status, there are around 100 startups registered with the ISRO and are working closely in various domains of the space sector. India had more than 350 space tech companies in 2021. In 2022, Vikram S, India's first privately built rocket, was launched under mission Pararamb. It was developed by Hyderabad-based Skyroot Aerospace, PSLV Production, NSIL, and Hindustan Aeronautics Limited exchanged the memorandum of understanding for producing PSLVs. L&T is partnering with the HAL in the consortium. Other measures, other major private participation in space we have apart from NSIL and in space, other institutions include Indian Space Association, launched in 2021. It is the apex non-profit industry body exclusively working towards successful exploration, collaboration, and development of private and public space industry in India. It will undertake policy advocacy, engage and operate with all stakeholders, and act as catalyst for accelerating the exchange of knowledge, technology, and space-related domains. Then we have Anthrics Corporation Limited, incorporated as a marketing arm of ISRO. It handles ISRO's commercial deals for satellite and launch vehicles with foreign customers. Then we have Space Entrepreneurship and Enterprise Development, conceived as a competitive early stage encouragement program to startups and MSMEs in focus areas of interest to ISRO. Now, the next topic is LEGO India project. Here, let's understand about it. Union Cabinet has approved the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, or LEGO project, to build an advanced gravitational wave detector. So it is a gravitational wave detector. Components will be made in India, improving the technological expertise of Indian scientists and engineers. Its components would be made in India, and the projects will have multidisciplinary benefits in Indian astrophysics research, high and technological development. So it detects the gravitational wave. It would be developed and built in India itself to develop to improve the technical expertise of Indian scientists and engineers. About the project, LEGO India is planned advanced gravitational wave observatory to be located in India as part of the worldwide network. The project was given in principle approval in 2016 to be completed by 2030. Hingoli district in Maharashtra. It is located in Hingoli district in Maharashtra. Funding: Department of Atomic Energy and the Department of Science and Technology. They would be funding this project. Capacity: it is a collaborative project between a consortium of Indian research institution and the LEGO laboratory in USA. The US will provide key components for the lab. Institutions and departments involved are Departments of Atomic Energy, Department of Science and Tech, US National Science Foundation, Directorate of Construction Services and Estate Management, Mumbai, Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics, Pune, Institute for Plasma Research, Gandhinagar, and Raja Raman Center for Advanced Technology, Indore. These are the departments and institutions which are involved in it. About the status of current LEGO facilities, LEGO India will be the third observatory of its kind. Currently, LEGO consists of two widely separated installations within the United States, one in Hanford, Washington, and the other in Livingston, Louisiana. The instruments at these observatories are so sensitive that they can easily get influenced by events like earthquakes, landslides, or even the movements of trucks and produce a false reading. That's why multiple observatories are needed to revalidate the signals. Also, multiple detectors can help tap all possible source of gravitational waves and to improve the quality and accuracy of information. LEGO sister facilities: Virgo, we have located in Italy. Virgo is a gravitational wave interferometer with arms 3 km long. LEGOs are 4 km long. It is funded by the European Gravitational Observatory, a collaboration of the Italy and the French government. Then we have Geo 600. It is a 0.6 km interferometer located near Hanover, Germany, funded by both the Germany and British governments. Then we have Kagra, Japan is currently building a 3 km interferometer inside of the Kamiko mine. This is a LEGO a gigantic interferometer. Here we have two mirrors which are whose arm length would be 4 kilometers. Then here we could see the beam. We have a beam splitter in it. We have light detector. We have the uh, this laser light is sent into the instrument to measure the change in the length of the two arms. And then we have light waves cancel each other. We have these are the important components like mirrors, which are 4 kilometers apart, whose length is from the source. And then we have also light splitter. So this is the framework of this LEGO gravitational interferometer. So it helps in detecting the gravitational waves in it. How does it work? LIGO is a tool to detect gravitational waves with the use of laser interferometer. LIGO detectors consist of two 4 kilometer long vacuum chambers arranged at right angles to each other with mirrors at the end. The experiment works by releasing light arrays simultaneously in both the chambers. Normally, the light should return the same time in both chambers. However, if a gravitational wave passes through one chamber, gets elongated while the other chamber squeezes, resulting in a phase difference in the returning of light. So, what we get from here, these are two 4 kilometer long vacuum chambers through which light who are at right angles to each other, and through them the light waves are released. If usually in normal circumstances the light waves should reach at the same time in both chambers, but if there are some gravitational waves then there would be delay for in if in any chamber, अगर किसी chamber में gravitational waves होंगी तो उस chamber में फिर delay होगा light waves को पहुंचने में. So by this we can detect the phase difference which confirms the presence of a gravitational wave. This is the illustration of how a mass bends space. So here we could see it. Imagine it. Now, what are gravitational waves? Gravitational waves are ripples in space-time caused by some of the most violent and energetic processes in the universe. Gravitational waves are invisible; they travel at speed of light, and gravitational waves squeeze and stretch anything in their path as they pass by. Albert Einstein predicted the existence of gravitational waves in 1916 in his General Theory of Relativity. One of the main conclusions of General Theory of Relativity is that the objects of mass warp the very fabric of space-time. First ever detection of gravitational wave happened in 2015 by the two US-based LIGO detectors. The signal was named GW150914 from gravitational wave, and the date of observation was 2015 914. 2015 gravitational wave 15914 is the name of this signal. These gravitational waves were produced by the merger of two black holes which were about 29 and 36 times the mass of the Sun 1.3 billion years ago. This achievement was rewarded with the Nobel Prize in 2017. Now, coming to the next topic, which is Bharat 6G mission. India released Bharat 6G mission 6G vision document, which I6G services roll out by 2030, and launched the 6G research and development test bed. About 6G, 6G network is the successor of 5G, which offers ultra low latency with speed up to 1 Tbps and operates by using higher end of the radio spectrum. 6G enhances solutions based on AI and machine learning extreme connectivity needs. If we would see the difference between 5G and 6G, for here we can see frequency bands for 5G allocated for low band and high band frequency. We have 6 gigahertz and above 24.25 gigahertz. For 6G, it operates at the frequency range 95 gigahertz to 3 terahertz. For data rate, 1 Gbps to 20 Gbps downloading data rate, 20 Gbps uplink data rate, 10 Gbps up to 1 Tbps, 100 times faster than 5G. 6G would be 100 times faster than 5G. Latency end-to-end delay 5 milliseconds, and for 6G it is 1 millisecond, and for traffic capacity it is 10 mbps per meter square, and for 6G it is 1 to 10 gbps per meter square. About the global scenario, South Korea outlined a 6G R&D plan in the first phase running till 2025. The European 6G vision identifies key features of 6G, including intelligent network management and control, integrated wireless sensing and communications, and etc. About 6G, how it would operate, we could see ultra high bandwidth, ultra high precision, ultra high performance, ultra high intelligence, ultra massive connectivity, and ultra low energy and cost. About the Bharat 6G vision, Bharat 6G vision document is prepared by the Technology Innovation Group on 6G TIG 6G that was constituted in 2021 by Department of Telecommunications under Ministry of Communications. Technology Innovation Group 6G TIG 6G has members from various ministries, departments, research and development institutions, academia, standardization bodies, telecom service providers, and industry to develop a roadmap and action plans for 6G in India. Vision document which aims to design, develop, and deploy 6G network technologies that provide ubiquitous, intelligent, and secure connectivity for high quality living experience for the world. India will launch a 6G mission that holistically combine all associated technologies supported by an adequate financial backup. About Bharat 6G mission will be divided into two phases. For phase one, which is from 2023 to 25, the ideation phase to understand the inherent potential and risk associated with the pathways ahead and test proof of concept implementations. Phase 2 from 2025 to 30 dedicated to conceptualizing and delivering potential technology solutions to serve India and the global community. An apex body is to be constituted to oversee the mission and approve the budget for the mission, split into two phases and lay down the phase-wise objectives. It will oversee the projects focusing on standardization, identification of spectrum for 6G, creating an ecosystem for devices and systems, determining finances for R&D and extra. Key focus will be on new technologies such as terahertz communication, radio interfaces, tactile internet, artificial intelligence for connected intelligence, new encoding methods and waveforms, chipsets for 6G devices. Recommendations of task force to enable Bharat 6G mission. We have innovation funding mechanism to support industry startups, academia and national laboratories to undertake R&D solutions through startups to address key verticals such as transport, water, power grid and renewables, healthcare, education, digital twins and smart cities, shared use of spectrum, particularly in the higher frequency bands, while the propagation is more akin to that of light, rationalization of congested spectrum bands, adoption of captive networks for Industry 4.0, and enterprise use cases in hitherto less used bands. Then we have participation and contribution to global standards forums to ensure interoperability and global reach of our innovation, fiber broadband to every home and integrated dense wireless and optical networks with wireless communications primary serving mobile users. Then we have new multi-sensor man-machine interfaces and devices leveraging edge cloud computing resources and AI to deliver tactile internet, ambience awareness and realistic 3D experiences. Other space terrestrial integrations for ubiquitous coverage, combined communication and sensing in sub-terahertz bands. Here we have some related news. International Telecommunication Union ITU Area Office and Innovation Center inaugurated in Delhi. It will serve India, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Afghanistan and Iran. India signed a host country agreement in March 2022 with ITU for the establishment of area office. It will enhance coordination among nations and foster mutually beneficial economic cooperation in the region. World Telecommunication Standardization Assembly of ITU will be held in October 2024 in Delhi. International Telecommunication Union It is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. It is about United Nations special. It is an United Nations specialized agency for information and communication technologies, founded in 1865 to facilitate international connectivity in communication networks. Its membership 193 member states as well as some 900 companies, universities and international and regional organizations. India is the member, and also about functions 193 allocate global radio spectrum and satellite orbits, develop technical standards that ensure network and technologies seamlessly interconnect and improve access to ICTs to understand communication worldwide. Now the next topic is space tourism. In Indian Space Research Organization ISRO is planning space tourism by 2030. The objective of the India's maiden human spaceflight program Gaganyaan is a demonstration of human spaceflight capability to low Earth orbit, which is a precursor to future space tourism program. ISRO has carried out a few feasibility studies for a suborbital space tourism mission. After the accomplishment of the Gaganyaan mission, activities towards space tourism will be firmed up. So after the uh, successful landing of Gaganyaan and the success in the Gaganyaan mission, we can assume that we can visualize that the space tourism is the part of our future. About space tourism, it is a commercial activity related to the cosmos that includes going to space as a tourist, watching a rocket launch, stargazing, or traveling to a space-centric destination. Various companies like Blue Origin, Virgin Galactic, and Elon Musk, SpaceX, etc., have already entered space tourism. Various steps in line with space tourism has been taken in India, like Gaganyaan, Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center, reusable launch vehicle technology demonstrator, etc. Different types of space tourism. We have suborbital space tourism, orbital flights, and tourism beyond Earth orbit, like lunar space tourism to complete full trips to the moon. About USD 598 million in 2021 global space tourism market size. About drivers of space tourism, we have rise in tech advancements, consistent for transformation in technology, and the rising trend of space tourism. Then we have declining cost of space tourism, like the emergence of new commercial launch providers such as SpaceX and Rocket Lab, creating a competitive market. Then we have considerable economic impact. The market for space tourism would reach multi-billion dollar levels in the next 10 years. Then information about the universe, our solar system, and our galaxy via space tourism. About suborbital tourism, about 6 minutes zero gravity. For orbital tourism, we have day weeks in orbit. Altitude for suborbital tourism, it would be 100 kilometers. For orbital, it would be 400 kilometers. Features experience in suborbital tourism, experiencing a few minutes in a low gravity environment, see the Earth from space and the curvature of the Earth. For orbital, it would be spacecraft is placed on a trajectory where it could remain in space for at least one orbit. Here is some related news. We have New Space India Limited. The commercial arm of ISRO plans to increase the number of missions it handles each year using its small satellite launch vehicle. Small satellite launch vehicle is the first lightweight homegrown rocket to have successfully reached the low Earth orbit of around 700 kilometers above the Earth's surface. It has capacity of about 500 kg in terms of payload or the satellites that it can carry to space. Small satellite or launch vehicle target nano and micro satellites which weigh less than 10 kg and 100 kg respectively and offer on demand launch services. Small satellite launch vehicles can tap a growing demand for smaller satellite launches from private firms to undertake more missions. Now, the last topic of today's discussion is One World Tuberculosis Summit. Here, the Prime Minister addressed the One World Tuberculosis Summit on the occasion of World TB Day. It was organized by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and the Stop
TB partnership under India's vision of One Earth, One Health. The theme of the World TB Day was Yes, We Can End TB. It is of 2023 TB Day. Leading the way, India TB Report 2023 by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare was also released during the event. India contributes the highest number of TB cases in the world and is famously referred as the TB capital of world. About tuberculosis, it is a communicable disease and one of the leading causes of death worldwide. Causes caused by Bacillus microbacterium spreads when people sick with TB expel the bacteria in air. Affects it commonly affects the lungs, pulmonary, but can also affect other parts of the body. Extrapulmonary treatment currently bacillus calmette (BCG) is the only vaccine available. Bedaquiline and dilamide are used for treatment of drug-resistant TB. Initiatives launched at summit we had TB-free Panchayat. All the elected public representatives of village will together take a resolution that every patient in the village will be kept healthy. Then we have shorter TB preventive treatment. It will use the shorter 3 HP 12 once weekly doses of ionized and rifampicin 15 regimen across the country. Then we have family-centric care model for TB. It includes easy-to-use tools for counseling and capacity building in the form of videos, animation, and brochures in local languages offered on internet and mobile phone-based platforms. Key findings of TB report 2023: TB patient registrations has improved by 56%. 722 94% districts of India have expanded TPT. Highest incidence of cases was in Delhi 546 per lakh population and lowest in Kerala 60 per lakh population. The treatment initiation rate among the notified cases for 2022 was 95.5%. 2022 saw an increase in the multi-drug resistant tuberculosis, rifampicin resistant tuberculosis. Initiatives taken to eliminate TB. We have National TB National Strategic Plan, which is 2017 to 2025. It has 4 pillars: detect, treat, prevent, build. In NSP, India had fixed a target of 77 incidences and 6 deaths per 1 lakh population due to TB by 2023. Nikshay Poshan Yojana 2028 direct benefit transfer of rupees 500 per month for nutrition needs. Then we have National Tuberculosis Elimination Program 2020, previously known as a revised National Tuberculosis Control Program. It aims to eliminate TB in India by 2025, 5 years ahead of the global target of 2030. Then we have Pradhan Mantri TB Mukt Bharat Abhiyan 2022, also known as Nikshay Mitra initiative. One can adopt TB patients and provide them with monthly nutritional support. So far, Nikshay Mitras have adopted about 10 lakh TB patients under the program. Then we have new diagnostic test, CBNAT, cartridge based nucleic acid amplification test, true not rapid testing for TB, etc. Then we have Ayushman Bharat Digital Health Mission. Under it, digital health IDs for TB patients have been created for better monitoring and treatment. So these are few initiatives of the India to curb the tuberculosis in India. So we can recap them. One, we have TB National Strategic Plan 2017 to 2025. In it, we should remember that our aim is to reduce deaths to 6 deaths per 1 lakh. Then we have Nikshay Poshan Yojana. It is launched. It was launched in 2018. In it, we have direct benefit transfer of 500 per month for nutritional needs. Then we have National Tuberculosis Elimination Program 2020, previously known as Revised National Tuberculosis Control Program. It aims to eliminate TB in India by 2025, 5 years ahead of the global range of 2030. Then we have Pradhan Mantri TB Mukt Bharat Abhiyan 2022, and we have new diagnostic test CB North, cartridge based nucleic acid amplification test True North, rapid testing for TB, etc. Then we have Ayushman Bharat Digital Health Mission. Under it, digital health ideas for TB patients have been created for better monitoring and treatment. At global level, we have NTB strategy of World Health Organization. It aims for 80% reduction in the number of new cases, 90% reduction in mortality, and zero catastrophic cost by 2030. And also in 1993, it was declared a global emergency (TB). The directly observed treatment short course DOTS was initiated by it. United Nations Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs). It includes ending the TB epidemic by 2030 under Goal 3. So this was about the today's discussion. In today's discussion, we took up 5 to 6 topics which were in the news, which I guess were important. You know, as I always say that right now it is not the time to discuss about the conceptual clarity. Right now, my aim is to give as much information as possible to you guys. You know, you could take up these PPTs and read from them. This information is very much important for you, and this may be helpful. It may be helpful for you guys. And one more thing, as I say always, that from the as we are planning, and from the 1st of July itself, we would start the static portion coaching here only of the different subjects according to the syllabus of UPSC. Then on every day we will take up the daily current affairs analysis, and also after that we will take up the daily quiz sessions, which would in which we would at least touch 10 to 15 questions which would be related to previous year question papers of UPSC, and current affairs questions, and also to the static part. The aim would be that it would give you the one-stop destination for the UPSC 2025, in which for 1 year from 1st July to 1st uh, uh, 30th May, 30th April it would last. And I guarantee you, if you would stay with me and hear these lectures, at least your current affairs part would be 100% clear. Important subjects would be clear, and I would guarantee you, if you would stay with me for this 1 year, at least, if not maximum, but at least we would touch 50 to 60 questions which might be asked next year in 2025, not directly, but the topics related to them would be asked. And I would make you I would give you this surety that such questions you would be able to do easily. We would discuss in all the dimensions, everything would whatever would be in the news. So thanks for staying with me. Do subscribe this channel, and hit do like this if you really like it, and also do subscribe करने से कुछ नहीं होगा आपका. In fact, it would motivate me to work harder. I know right now my lectures are not up to date. I'm not explaining in fact anything. I'm just delivering the information. But trust me, I would start teaching here properly from the 1st of July, you would definitely like that. I would simplify UPSC for you guys. Thank you very much for staying with me. I wish best of luck to you guys. Stay blessed, stay with me, stay healthy, and focus on your goal. Uh, you have right now, you have the best opportunity of your life. You are healthy, you have age, you can take time for this. So use this time very wisely. If and don't get disheartened if you are not qualifying any exam. Destination might had written something better for you guys. But one thing remember always, that what is up to you, try to अचीव दैट. जो आपके हाथ में है, आपके हाथ में मेहनत करना है, आपके हाथ में सेक्रीफाइसेस हैं, आपके हाथ में टू वेक अप अर्ली and study for 10 to 12 hours. It is up to you. Do this stuff. आपके हाथ में being smart, do smart studies, it is in your hand. Then rest is in the destiny. If you are destined to be the UPSC, to be the IAS officer, or else anybody else, any goal of yours, if you are destined to achieve that, you will achieve that. Only thing what you have to do, what you can do, what is in your hand, what is in your capability, focus on that. Don't compromise that. Don't deceive yourself. Be honest with yourself, work hard, work harder. you know with you, there are many guys who are working more harder than you guys. There are many students who are waking before 8, who are waking at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and they are starting studying. So there are many guys who are smarter than you. So you have to remember that while you are preparing. You have to, you know आपको उनको पीछे छोड़ना है. हाउ यू विल, आप कैसे उनको पीछे छोड़ोगे? वंस यू वुड स्टडी हार्ड, वंस यू वुड स्टडी स्मार्ट, यू वुड get to your goal. Thanks for staying with me and work hard. Best of luck, you.